Hey guys, I'm Madden Gaming, and today I will be reacting to this new Madden 24 updates, or what we've been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. So they fixing everything, not everything, but a lot of things that people have been talking about. I'm not even really sure what it is, to be honest with you, but we're gonna find out in this one. Before we find out though, I'm gonna need you guys to subscribe if you want more reactions to Madden 24 or any Madden updates, college football game updates, any football game updates is here on my channel, all right? I'm gonna always be reacting to them, so go ahead and subscribe to your boy. Without further ado though, let's hop right into this one.
I've been getting asked a lot of the same questions lately as it pertains to Madden 24, whether it be franchise mode, gameplay, superstar mode, or more. So I figured let's just make a video and answer all of these questions in one video so that you can kind of know what's going on with the current.
Hold on one quick, guys. Let me fix this.
But also some of the future updates that are coming to address some of the things.
See if we get that crisp 1080p, baby.
Things you're worried about. And if you're new to the channel and you never want to miss out on any of these important Madden updates or any updates as it pertains to the upcoming NCAA football game, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on. That way you never miss any of these important videos. So the first thing I want to address in this video is the Play Now Live updates. I've been getting this question a ton every single day, and even back to last year I've been getting this question. Now the Play Now Live feature was put into the game some years ago, and the whole idea of this was it was going to update every week, and you could.
I have seen that plenty of times in Madden, and I never really pay attention to it because I think it's like an online feature if I'm not mistaken, or what at least it was when I was playing Madden. I forgot all about that. I totally forgot about that. I was like, what is Play Now Live? What is he talking about? Is that a new game mode?
Jump into a franchise mode at the current starting point of the season with all of the records
I
and the
remember it now.
stats in place from the real NFL season. So if you
That's
wanted to
really
start a
cool
franchise
too. That's
mode
a
right
really
now,
cool
you could
concept.
start it at week 8 and have everything accurate in your franchise mode that's happened in real life up until this point. Actually something that dates back to last year. EA came out last year and said that they were no longer going to be updating Play Now Live every week, but rather they were going to update it a few times a year. So we'll probably see an update coming to this probably after week 8, because they usually would do at the halfway point of the season, and then they'll do at the wild card round of the playoffs and then the Super Bowl. So seeing as this is week 8 coming up, after this week going into the next big update, which should be coming in about a week or 10 days, that's when we'll probably see the mid-season update to Play Now Live. Now, why don't they update it every week anymore? I don't know. They never gave an answer to this, but they announced this last year before the game dropped, I believe.
Maybe it's like too much um like taking up too much resources like on I don't know. That's weird. Maybe it's just taking up too much resources and not a lot of people are actually, playing it, you know? I mean, there are people that do play it. Like the comments, like he said in the video, the comments have asked about it. But maybe it's just not enough people play it. Who knows? That's just my guess though.
That they were no longer going to do it every week, which to me really defeats the point of the feature. It really only makes sense if you update it every week. If you're only going to update it a few times a year, it's really not that good of a feature anymore, in my opinion. At this point, I feel like they should just take it out of the game if they're not going to update it every week. But maybe some people didn't play last year, or some people never got the messaging on this. So yes, it's not something that's an accident. They do this on purpose now for whatever reason. But hold up, stop right there really quickly. If you want to win some money and you think you know sports,
Shout out to Underdog.
this crossplay coming to franchise mode. We have it in Ultimate Team, we have it
It's
on
not in
online
franchise
regular
mode yet?
head-to-head, and we even have it in Superstar
Damn, I did
Showdown,
not know
but it's
that.
not in franchise mode. Now, EA did say that crossplay would be coming to franchise mode sooner
Yep, I do
rather
remember
than later.
that.
They said it wasn't a matter of if it's coming to franchise mode, but just simply when.
That
And
right
my
there
thought on
is
this
gonna be a
is that
game
they
changer
didn't
in my
want to
opinion
just
when it does come.
automatically jump right into crossplay with franchise mode after all the issues it had in Madden 23. And while it has had some issues in Madden 24, it hasn't had nearly the game-breaking issues that it did in 23, which is good. We've had draft class issues
really
and some
good.
things like that, but in Madden 23, it literally got to a point where people could not get into their franchises. They couldn't
Yeah, it just
log in,
broke
they couldn't play.
I mean,
and then
it
a
was
lot
a
of people
broken
even
franchise
lost their
mode, to be
leagues because
honest
they got
with you.
corrupted. So I'm pretty sure they did not want to just jump right into crossplay with franchise mode because they didn't want to risk any of these server issues happening again, and they kind of wanted to test it out with the rest of the game. Now, is crossplay going to come to franchise mode this year? That is something that we still do not know. EA is not given an actual date. They said it absolutely is coming, but they didn't say for sure if it's going to be this year or if it's going to be something they launch within Madden 25. So all I can say is it's coming, but we don't have an official date, and there is a chance that it might not actually be for this year. Now, another thing I've seen people talking about are the draft class issues in franchise. Now, to my knowledge, this was fixed with the last update or two, and a lot of people came out and said that yes, it is fixed and it's working. But then I've also seen a few people here and there still saying that they're seeing issues with it. So is there a new issue with the draft classes? I'm not 100% aware of it. As far as I know, it was fixed and confirmed fixed, but I'm still seeing people asking questions about it. So I'm wondering if it is still giving some people some issues.
I have heard that it's been fixed, like from like a lot of people like on Twitter and stuff like X, have been saying that they did fix it. So I don't know, maybe some people might not have updated like they thought they did, or I don't know. Maybe it just hasn't came to their system yet. I don't know.
Issues, or if these are just people
I
asking
wonder
about it
is
and
it
have not
on like
actually
one
got
system,
back on the
like
game
the
since it's been
PlayStation
fixed. So if
system
there
or the
are still
Xbox, or is
issues,
it on
definitely
like
let me know about that below.
like PC
The next
or
thing
what?
people want to know about are the abilities and the X factors, and this is kind of a two-part question. Number one, are the new abilities and X factors that were put into the game with the last update coming to franchise mode? Because they're in Ultimate Team, they're even in the regular play now, but they're not in franchise mode. And the other part of this is people want to know, when are we going to be getting the ability and X Factor player refresh, meaning when they do the big update where some players get an X Factor that didn't have it before, and some players lose their X Factor, and other young players become superstar players finally. So let's answer both of these. The abilities and X Factors should be coming to franchise, I would assume, with the next update. They have not spoke on this officially, though, so I do want to put that out. They have not said this, but I find it really odd that the regular Play Now rosters have these new abilities and X Factors, but they don't transfer over to
Wait,
franchise.
what?
So, like,
The regular Play Now already has these? Oh, wait, what? So Travis Kelce, okay, he's got the double me, Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones, okay. What? You would think it's the other way around, cause not many people play now. I mean, I love Play Now, to be honest with you, but not a lot of people played it. That's weird.
Travis Kelce, for example, has new abilities, and Derrick Henry has a new X Factor on the actual Play Now rosters in the game. But when you jump over to franchise, they still have their old abilities
That's
and X
weird.
Factors from the start of the game. This has never been typical of Madden. When these new
Okay, I
players
thought
get these
so.
new abilities and X Factors, as those players are on the Play Now rosters in the regular game, are supposed to be exactly how they are when you start up a franchise. So again, I think this is just a matter of it's going to come sooner rather than later, probably with the next update, I would assume, especially if they're going to do an entire refresh of the Superstar and X Factor players as well. These should be coming to franchise eventually. In terms of the actual ability and X Factor player refresh, that should also be happening with the next update or maybe two. Like I said, we should be getting one in the next week to 10 days as November is about to start, and we usually get the update with the first week.
Guys, November is about to start. This year is pretty much over. That is crazy to think about. That is crazy. And the NBA is back. Oh my goodness. Also, NBA reactions will be dropping on my channel also.
Week of a new month, and usually about November is when they've typically done the refresh of superstar and X Factor players. So we're definitely going to see some players jumping up, like Quinn Williams, for example. He should be a prime example of somebody that's going to finally get his X Factor as he's one of the highest rated defensive players in all of the game. We could also see a guy like Tua Tagovailoa likely jump up as well because he's having his best season. A guy like Puka Nacua, who's a rookie, will probably jump up into superstar already because of the type of season he's put up so far. So I know a lot of people are waiting for that because that is one of the biggest updates of the year. We should be seeing that one coming very soon. Hopefully, like I said, with the next update that should be in the next week to 10 days. Now, in terms of gameplay, I've been getting a lot of questions still around drop passes, dropped interceptions. EA has come out and said that they're working on this. I've talked about it in multiple videos, but I know that everybody doesn't watch every single video. So yes, EA is aware of the drops on both sides of the ball. Specifically, dropped interceptions, they mentioned more so than dropped catches on offense, but we know there's an issue on both sides, and they said they are looking into this, especially on the competitive game style, which affects online CFM leagues where a lot of people play on competitive, but also online head-to-head with regular play and Ultimate Team. They said this should be addressed with the next update, so we should hopefully start seeing a lot less drops and a lot less interceptions. In terms of inaccurate passes, especially from clean pockets, that's something else that they said that they are looking into. This has been a problem since the release of the game. I think people have just kind of gotten more used to it now, but I'm still seeing a lot of people complaining about inaccurate passes that are just not supposed to be inaccurate. I'm talking about clean pocket, not under pressure, with the top end QB, and you're still getting very much so inconsistent passes way too often. That's something they should be looking into. I've also been getting another question around pass rush, not so much from blitzing. We know that blitzing is pretty good in Madden 24, but people are kind of concerned with the regular 4-down lineman pass rush. It definitely is not as good as it was last year. It feels like it was dialed back, and it's felt like that literally since the beta of the game back in June, July. They have not spoken on this, and this is not something I anticipate them changing because blitzing is so good. I don't think you're going to see them mess with the regular standard pass rush much. It's not something they've spoken about even once. They haven't hinted at even changing this, and it's been the same since the beta, so I don't really expect standard 4-man pass rush to get any better. Player likeness. This is another thing I get asked about every single day. When are we getting more player likeness? When are we getting specific players? We know we're going to get player likeness updates pretty much with every title update of the game. We see that dating back to the last few years. The first 5 to 6 title updates of each Madden is usually going to put more player likeness into the game. This year, we've seen about 10 to 15 guys added with each update so far. We'd like to...
Okay, I'm going to pause again. If you have not seen what the newer player likeness looks like, they look absolutely amazing. Some of them, but most of them, majority of them, looks absolutely crazy. It looks so real. It's like, what? How?
To definitely see more than that. We'd like to see a bigger batch, but we know that anytime there's a title update for the first few months of the game, we're going to get more. So if you're wondering when the next player likeness update is, it's going to be in the next about 10 days when the update comes out.
Like
in
face
terms of specific players, they don't typically mention specific players too often. One guy they said that should be coming soon is Sam Howell of the Commanders. We should definitely be getting him. He's one of the bigger, younger names that isn't in the game yet. In terms of like veteran guys that's been in the league for years and aren't in the game, a good example of this would be like Darren Waller or Najee Harris. Usually, veteran players, you don't see them updated. I mean, not like during the year. Usually, you see them updated more so when a new game is coming out. And if you're wondering why these bigger name players who have been in the league for years aren't in the game, it's simply because they've not made themselves available to get scanned into the game. Whether they weren't at the combine or
you gotta make yourself available
at the combine when they were a rookie, or if they've been at the Pro Bowl and they weren't available, or if EA has gone to these facilities and they still have not made themselves available. EA cannot force these guys to get scanned into the game if it's not a big priority to them. That's why it took so long to get guys like Fred Warner and Austin Eckler into the game. It's not necessarily that they don't want to be scanned into the game. It's that they're not really making themselves available to get scanned into the game. Even when EA goes to the facility, sometimes these players just simply are too busy and they're not going to take time out of their schedule to go get scanned if it's not like a super top priority for them. So usually you see it more consistently with the younger guys because they can get a lot of them at the combine. But if they're not at the combine at that point, they've got to make it a point to get scanned into the game, and sometimes it could take some years if they're not making that time. Another thing I've been getting asked about is equipment, specifically the back plates and the flak jackets. This has been an issue since the game launched. You can equip these on your players, but they do not show in game. They have specifically said on Twitter that they are aware of the issue. They're working on it, and the fix should be very soon. They didn't give an ETA if it would be the next update. I would hope it would be, but they did say that they are working on it and that will be fixed soon, along with some of the other equipment issues, like some of the equipment not showing in game that's supposed to and stuff like that. But this one specifically, I've been seen asked about a ton. The fix is coming soon. In terms of Superstar mode or Super Showdown, I've definitely seen a ton of different things talked about as it pertains to this mode, but I have not seen any official word from EA on anything around this mode. So I don't know what they're working on as it pertains to this mode, whether it be issues or any new things for like Superstar Showdown. They have not spoken on anything to my knowledge. So while people do have different questions about certain things going on in this mode right now, I simply don't have answers because they have not said anything publicly. Now, we just recently got some good information about the
Okay, the player likeness thing, that I cannot wait for that to actually come out, because every time you see it, it's like, I don't know, it's crazy detail that they're able to get now, just absolutely insane. And Sam Howell, um that would be interesting to see how he will look with his updated face scan and all that, and the equipment changes. I did not know that when you equip like certain equipment, you can equip them on your player, but they don't show in the actual game. I did not even know that. That's crazy. Hopefully that could be in the update as well. These were some good ones. I'm not really too much into the detail like that, and when it comes to certain things, I am like, I did not know about the play now thing. I totally forgot about the play now. How many guys, leave in the comments below, like, did not forget about the play now? Because I certainly did. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.